Да, наверное, увидимся.
А с косплеерами увидимся?
Ну, ты каждый день с ними видишь. Чему?
Get to work! See Laline, East Papa! Light of the blazing sun! mercy. But you two, tight breath from the skies. Try and bring it. Get to work. Suffer the wrath of the light of the blazing sun. Add Astra. Fulfill our pact! Lolling! East Papa! Pyroclastic Surge!
exploration and trials. Adventuring is right up my alley.
Ad Astra. Thank you for complete.
Interfere with the mixing process if you don't keep your voice. You might want to get a guide if you're not familiar with the area.
Interesting. Very, very interesting. Yep. Did he buy something for Ayaka? I doubt he's voiced.
Hey, Mr. Albert?
Hello!
Owlbert.
Woo! And whether or not you have a day-night cycle. Good morning, good afternoon,
Consider it
good
for the
evening.
entire use.
Welcome
Special
to the
function
version
begins.
3.4 for The Sun is Set to Die special program. I'm your most beloved host, Albert.
Rebooting really does solve all problems. Now we can introduce ourselves. Hi, everyone. I'm Finan. I'm so happy to be on the special program.
Hello, everyone. I'm Anaxagoras.
Nice to see all of you again. Did you miss me?
Well, of course we missed you. Well, dear guests, welcome to the show. I have been looking forward to this special program more than anything else. The way the story in the last version left off had my heart racing.
The burning sky and the fall of dawn. Akuma was the last place under Kefali's protection, but now it has also sunk into Evernight.
All of our Chrysosaur companions did everything in their power to buy precious time for the Trailblazer and Finan, so they could return the very last core flame to the vortex of Genesis.
We already found out the truth, so what do a few sacrifices matter? Every Chrysos heir was prepared for this. You just need to boldly take that last step toward the Era Nova.
But in the trailer just now, it seems like Finan is gonna go through a lot. I saw a few scenes that looked like flashbacks, and I think I even saw a different form of him.
The truth of Amphoris is about to reveal itself. I assume everyone can already tell that all that's happened in Amphoris is not as simple as it seems.
Indeed. For example, when we went to fight Aquila, we noticed that the Eye of Twilight seemed unusually high-tech.
And when the Dawn device went out, many of the structures in Akuma and the Vortex of Genesis started showing strange textures. It was like the whole world was peeling off.
Mm-hmm. Why don't we take a look back at our whole journey so far in Amphoris and lay out our suspicions and clues we have. First, at the end of the 3.3 story, the geniuses reveal that the source of Amphoris' tragedy is an Emperor's scepter that survived to this day.
It has something to do with that erudition god beyond the sky, doesn't it? Even though I don't quite understand these principles, this breeding ground, which switched from following the path of erudition to the path of destruction, must be hiding secrets beyond Era Nova.
In addition, that Tin Man Ligust is also pretty suspicious.
He's mechanical.
He and Finan had a pretty significant conversation in the Vortex of Genesis.
Actually, I was already suspicious of him when he said he could fix the Express and send the Trailblazers back home. Well, the mask is coming off now.
Based on my interactions with him, Ligust doesn't seem to have any desire to oppose the Chrysos heirs. Rather, he only wishes to quietly observe everything as it unfolds.
Could it be that everything that's happened so far is exactly what he wanted to see? That title, Theoros, does mean spectator. If we combine this information with what we know about the relationship between the scepter and paths, maybe Amphoris is being used as a chessboard by people from beyond this world, and Ligust is one of them.
Oh, you're exactly right. If the situation in the cosmos is like a game of chess, then Amphoris is a trap to set up the checkmate. But who knows? Maybe the chess pieces themselves can overturn the board. The hero's era nova could affect the worlds beyond the sky, and the Trailblazers' choices may also determine the future of the universe.
But before the Era Nova actually arrives, there's no way to tell what it will bring. The Trailblazers have already done so much for Amphoris. I don't want them to have to experience the unknown of Era Nova.
As someone from beyond the sky, they already risked a lot by taking on a demigod's divine authority. If something were to happen in the Era Nova...
No, we can't let them stay. They have to listen to Finan and go home.
Well said. The Trailblazers won't betray the sincerity you've shown them. However, their fate will still be tied to that of Amphoris. They'll be returning to the battlefield with a very important mission.
On the other hand, I suspect many of our audience members, like me, have some questions about Finan. That Finan we saw in the Vortex of Genesis at the end of the 3.3 story? Why was his name hidden?
Well, maybe that Finan isn't the one we're all familiar with.
Oh?
But I'll leave these specific details for everyone to find out.
What the hell is going on here?
For everyone to find out themselves in the game in version 3.4. I've actually got some other information to reveal to you.
What kind of information?
Following the story's progress, as I've written, we'll receive a big update in this version. In these records that we've kept, you will be able to catch a glimpse of Amphoris' true nature.
Before, As I've Written was like a storybook, keeping record of our friends' stories. Now, even its appearance has changed. It feels like something big is about to happen.
It looks like it's turned into some kind of database.
You can use this system to unlock even more of Amphoris' secrets.
Indeed.
That's right.
True!
Aside from the major updates too, as I've written, the long-awaited skip dialogue feature, which was previously announced, is finally going live in version 3.4. Story dialogue can now be skipped by section, with plot summaries and the main characters that appeared in each section displayed along the way.
Interesting.
Now you can choose the pace of storytelling based on your own preferences. In version 3.6, there'll also be a story recap function. Stay tuned! But of course, as we move into version 3.4, we shall take the final step of the prophecy together and witness the truth and the fate of this world. And the myriad celestia that Mr. Shaoji hinted at.
Hey, it's also bleeding gold-blooded like Finan.
Finally going live soon.
But that looks like Blader.
You mean what's happening beyond the sky?
Somebody pointed it out at one point.
Amphoris and Era Nova?
We'll have to keep it a secret for now.
Well, Blade is in a time loop.
We'll be releasing an animated short. This animated short contains a very important part of the story in version 3.4. Can't spill too much here, but I can give you a little teaser. This short will come with its own original theme song. So don't miss it.
Awesome.
Nice.
I can't wait to dive into the new story already.
Next, why don't we turn our attention to our good friend Viden and take a look at his story together.
This kind of looks like Genshin. Like Inazuma. I'm looking at somebody says mother.
What in the world happened to Finan to make him change this much?
This is nothing like the warm, sunny person we all know. Now he seems strange and formidable.
Oh, could you elaborate?
I remember when our buddy first showed up in Amphorius. Finan was one of the first Chrysosairs to genuinely welcome them. And when danger came knocking, he always had our backs.
But behind that kindness and reliability, Finan carries the expectations of many. He is the deliverer chosen by the prophecy, and Aglaya's hand-picked successor of the Flame Chase journey. Aglaya even used her own death to set him up for success, by making the Council of Elders the focus of criticism, and allowing Finan to step up and rally the people.
Yeah, all of us have high hopes for him. Some even call him the Deliverer of Amphorius. Even Cypher, who barely ever showed her face, used to call him Little Deliverer Boy.
It's as if everyone just assumes that he'll be a savior.
I'm curious. What was Finan like before he joined the Flame Chase journey? Was he one of those perfect kids everyone got compared to?
Interesting enough, Finan has said nothing.
Flame Chase journey. Guess we've got to go back to my hometown, Ides Elysiae. It was a
Idealizei.
small, remote village. Nothing flashy, but far away from the chaos.
Ooh, sounds like a real peaceful place.
It was.
Actually, kind of
Even
like
though the
Leeway
village
as
was
well.
Small, everyone got along really well. There were also beautiful rivers and mountains, and even a forest. That forest was home to all kinds
It
of
feels like a
little
mini
fairies.
Teyvat, seeing
When I
all the
was little,
scenery.
I'd go exploring the woods and visit
But
those
this also is the
fairies.
Sumeru.
When I wasn't exploring, I'd go play with my friends by the sea. We pretended to be heroes from the old stories and practiced our, swordsmanship. When we got tired, we went to lie down in the wheat fields until we got called home for dinner.
No strife, no invaders, or any of that deliverance crisis stuff? Seems like a complete paradise.
The wheat fields look gorgeous too. Lying there surrounded by golden waves of wheat, with the breeze carrying that sweet malted scent. Oh, just the thought of it is enough to get me excited.
And guess what? You won't have to imagine for long. In version 3.4, we get to explore Ides Elysiae alongside the Trailblazer. Learn about Finan's past, how he became a warrior, joined the Flame Chase, and grew into the person he is today.
Can't wait!
From a carefree little kid to the deliverer carrying everyone's hopes, you've really come a long way.
These days, Finan just gives off this heaviness. Like he'd still press on, no matter how exhausted, just to live up to everyone's expectations.
Amphorius needed a hero, so he became one. The Chrysosairs needed hope. and
Alright.
So that's who he became. Looking back at the main art for this version,
I don't know,
even though
sleepy? I
Finas'
don't
face
know.
is still the same. His whole vibe has shifted. His gaze is now sharp and commanding, completely different from before. Now we're just one step away from the era Nova that the prophecy foretold. The deepest truths of Amphorius are about to come to light.
Am I so sleepy? I don't know if I'm sleepy or my face is
What
just
choices will Finan make?
feels weird.
Hero's journey is never easy. But if the will in your heart is strong enough, no fire can burn you out. If anything, every trial is just a forge for an even brighter soul. I am more than ready.
Well said. Then, let's let everyone experience it all themselves in version 3.4. Now let's take a look at how Finan performs in battle.
You got it. I'll first show up in the familiar form everyone knows. When using my skill, I'll deal damage to one designated enemy and adjacent targets. The use of my skill also grants me core flames. Once I've collected enough of them, I can activate my ultimate.
Wait, so core flames only come from using your skill?
Not at all. Finan can also gain core flames when he's selected as a target by a teammate or enemy ability. If he is the target of a teammate's ability, Finan will deal even more damage.
When I use my ultimate, I'll create a territory and transform.
After transforming, Finan powers up massively. Teammates temporarily retreat and can't take action, while he faces the enemy head-on with newfound strength.
All alone? That sounds way too risky.
No worries. all the talents and buffs from Fine and his teammates still stay active to provide him with much-needed support.
Exactly. After using the core flames to transform, I have access to the powers of 3 kinds of titans: Creation, Calamity, and Foundation, each with a brand new ability.
Care to elaborate on that?
Tapping into the power of the Creation Titans, I can deal damage to one designated enemy and adjacent targets. Calling upon the power of the Calamity Titans, I'll enter a special state called Soul Scorch. In this state, I'll force all enemies to immediately take action, during which I receive reduced damage, and each hit I take builds up the Soul Scorch stack. Once all enemies have taken action, I retaliate, dealing damage to all enemies and then unleashing multiple instances of damage on one random enemy.
Heads up. The more Soul Scorch stacks he's got, the stronger that counterattack hits.
Using these 2 abilities also grants me an exclusive charge called Scourge, which fuels my 3rd ability. With the power of the Foundation Titans, I dispel all debuffs on myself, then use Scourge Charge to deal bounce damage.
All.
If I've maxed out the consumable Scourge Charge, I also
I thought he said all buffs. I think he said. I think he said debuffs.
Used up, Finan will unleash one final blow, hitting all enemies before removing the territory. Finan's technique is pretty unique too. Upon casting it, Finan instantly strikes all enemies in a certain radius. If they're normal enemies, they're immediately wiped out without even triggering a battle.
Wait, all enemies? That's nuts.
No, it's not, because the game is a bit like that.
This technique consumes 2 technique points.
You can run past most enemies.
It won't cost any points. Plus, when Finan's in the team, the technique point cap goes up by 3.
Oh, wow.
Technique to enter combat, I'll also regenerate energy for my teammates. In addition, at the start of each wave, I'll deal damage to all enemies and gain Scourge.
That's better.
Alright, now that we've
They should really change Silverwolf's ability.
it's time to bring you some updates on a few familiar faces. In version 3.4, Silverwolf, Blade, Kafka...
Yeah, I've just mentioned Silverwolf should have gotten a new ability. Where every new wave, she does her thing. Same thing for Kafka.
Oh, Mr. Albert, please do tell us what's changed.
And now we have to hope that the what's her name also gets buffed.
After the optimizations, her ultimate now lowers the defense of all enemies instead of just one.
Oh, so it's AoE now, not single target.
Exactly. Meanwhile, she'll prioritize adding a weakness that matches the type of the first character in your lineup. On top of that, Silverwolf will regenerate extra energy at the start of combat and...
Like, it's crazy to think that Silverwolf came out weaker than Pella.
Makes it a lot easier to apply the weakness we actually want.
Next up, Kafka. After the buffs, Kafka's skill will trigger more DOT on enemies. And whenever a teammate hits an enemy target with any kind of attack, Kafka will launch a follow-up attack. After unlocking certain traces, the follow-up attack can also trigger extra DOT on the enemy. And using her ultimate recovers the number of times the follow-up attack can be triggered.
So basically, Kafka's got more frequent follow-up attacks, better efficiency applying debuffs, and an overall boost to DOT output.
Yeah, for sure.
And now for Blade. After the update, he will deal damage to enemies based on his max HP. When Blade enters the Hellscape state, he is more likely to be attacked.
It's kind of crazy, because I always thought Blade was an HP character, but it turns out some of his damage was attack. Skilling.
More often, meaning his total damage output's gonna spike.
Good observation. A change will happen to Jing Liu as well. Now she'll deal damage to enemies based on her max HP. Each time a teammate loses HP, Jing Liu stacks extra crit damage. After she enters the spectral transmigration state,
Hey, Hyacinth is there.
gain a stack of syzygy.
The game already knows that Hyacinth is the best teammate.
Transmigration state lasts longer, and her overall damage output climbs even higher.
But yeah,
accordingly.
Dill and Sela, 2 characters that I pulled for, did not get buffed.
Upgrades. But with all these ability reworks, won't their Eidolons be affected?
Oh, don't worry, Professor Anaxa. Some of our old friends' Eidolons will be tweaked to better match the revamped kits, making sure everything stays in sync.
But what if
The problem is the
someone wants to
Lycons?
stick with their previous version of
The Lycons didn't get adjusted though.
Be a problem. You can switch between our friends.
I think the only one that matters is Jinglo.
So choose whichever version you like best. For more details, be sure to keep an eye out for official announcements.
Sounds good.
Aside from the ability reworks, one more old friend of ours is getting something new this time around.
Oh, who is it?
In version 3.4, Firefly's brand new outfit.
Okay, so what about the fact that that was Sam?
Look at that.
What's the point of giving Firefly an outfit?
Video clip first.
What about Sam? Where's Sam's outfit? But we don't even see this in battle. Wait a minute. Oh, it's different. It's slightly different. It has to be.
With her school uniform on, Firefly looks more youthful than ever.
Okay.
And that firefly-shaped brooch on her
But seriously,
chest.
why is she getting an outfit?
Thought into picking it out.
Maybe she even asked for
Yeah,
fashion
waifu,
advice
I
from
guess.
fellow Stellaron hunters.
Her and Caceres, but mostly her.
They must have talked a lot about it behind the scenes.
Even her mech's had a makeover. You think she spruces it up during downtime to match her outfit changes?
Oh, totally possible. If I had a mech, I'd also probably coordinate it with my outfit. New theme, new colors. The whole look has to be consistent. You'll be able to grab Firefly's new look from the contract shop using Oniric shards. And again, please stay tuned for further details and future official announcements. Next, let's take a look at this version's banners. In version 3.4's first half warp event, Trailblazers can acquire the limited 5-star character Find It, and the limited 5-star light cone, thus Burns the Dawn, will have a boosted drop rate. Also, a brand new 4-star light cone for the Path of Remembrance, the story's next page, is being added to the first half banner. At the same time, we'll also kick off a special warp event. The limited 5-star characters, Treeby, Sunday, and Sparkle are coming back.
Sparkle with Sunday?
Light cones, if time were a flower.
Oh man, that's hilarious.
Earthly Escapade will return as well. In the second half of version 3.4, we've got another round of special warp events. Limited 5-star characters, Firefly, Jingliu, and Blade will be back along with the limited 5-star light cones. Whereabouts should dreams rest, I shall be my own
Are you
sword
serious? Huh?
and the unreachable side.
Two of our newly buffed old friends are making a comeback in this version. What about Kafka and Silverwolf?
Here's a little sneak peek. Limited 5-star characters, Kafka and Silver Wolf, will be back in version 3.5. And the limited 5-star light cones, Patience is All You Need, and Incessant Rain will rerun as well.
Nice!
Also, 8 new 4-star light cones will be added to the Nameless Honor Rewards.
Serious?
3.4.
I see quite a few familiar faces on the light cone.
They just introduced new things for the thing, right?
Looks like Finon really does enjoy spending his days in the wheat fields.
Nature's mattress. Can't beat that level of
No, I don't know what these do.
For sure.
But who could afford these? Like, this game is not too, like... like, free to play have to go into limited banner for Lycons for the Remembrance characters. Whereas Battle Pass players just go in, go get the Battle Pass.
Welcome back! Let's take a look at the events in this version. A piece of good news comes from Penacony at the other end of the cosmos. Origami Bird Clash is about to return in version 3.4.
Is that the Cute Match 3 game?
That's right! The International Peace Corporation has officially sponsored Origami Bird Clash and hopes to promote this arcade game full of Pentaconian flavor throughout the whole cosmos. And the first step to starting that grand venture will be to open up the original shop arcade on the Trailblazers Radiant Feldspar.
There needs to be some new game modes for the game to make a name for itself, right?
Of course! This time, the two players will take turns acting on the same field, and every player has a set number of moves. You can eliminate 4 or more fruits to form bombs and obtain extra moves.
You can also get extra moves when you swap 2 super bombs to trigger a combo elimination.
Oh no! I see obstacles popping up on the field. How are we supposed to deal with those?
Not to worry. In this version of the Origami Bird Clash, there will be lots of new items that can help you in battle. For example, Shattering Hammer can eliminate any individual fruit or obstacle. Spicy Bomb can turn a fruit into a bomb, and Reset Cube can reset all fruits on the field. Leveling up items will also make them more powerful.
As long as you pick the right item at the right time, you can turn the tide and deliver a powerful blow to your opponent.
There are plenty of familiar faces among our opponents this time.
That's right. Trailblazers can still battle against many old friends in this event. In addition to participating in story challenges, Trailblazers can also do open challenges with friends from across the universe. This multiplayer mode won't end with version 3.4 either. Origami Bird Clash will replace the Seal Slammers multiplayer mode and become the new long-term co-op game mode.
We're done slamming seals. Now it's time for slamming paper birds.
All right, let us continue with more version content. Our old friend Gift of Odyssey returns as usual in version 3.4.
Awesome!
The Planar Fissure and Realm of the Strange events will also return. Complete the challenges to get double rewards.
Yep. In version 3.4, Stagnant Shadow, Shape of Cinders, will also come online. And you can obtain the Ascension material, Charred Bud of Twilight, for wind characters upon completing the challenge.
At the same time, the planar ornaments, Arcadia of Woven Dreams, and Revelry by the Sea will also come online. Trailblazers can obtain them in the Divergent universe.
Ah, why did my seat collapse?
In addition, I'd like to share with you some information about a few events outside the game. First, the annual Hoyo Fest Offline exhibition will begin in July. This year's event venues have been completely upgraded, and the events will be held in core cities in 6 Southeast Asian countries.
That's right. We've also prepared a lot of event missions and new merchandise. Please follow our official channels for details about the events and tickets.
In addition, Honkai Star Rail will be joining Anime Expo this July. Come visit the Star Rail booth and claim free limited gifts.
A special panel for Honkai Star Rail will also be held at Anime Expo, featuring several special guests.
Please keep an eye out for more info and official announcements.
Interesting.
See you at Anime Expo.
Well, thank you all for your kind introductions. Let me see. We're almost out of time. We'll move it on to our next show in just a sec.
You seem mighty busy, Owlbert.
Well, I am a professional superhost.
What's going on?
Oh, goodness, Albert.
no.
Hey, what's going on? It's not my time yet. Whether or not your world has the concept of a holy grail, welcome to the live stage of the Honkai Star Rail and Fate's Day Night Unlimited Blade Works collab special program.
Long time no see, everyone. I'm Aventurine from the Interastral Peace Corporation.
Howdy, Galaxy Ranger Boot Hill, at your service.
Welcome, both of you. I, Albert, have apparently been summoned by the Holy Grail to be this show's host today.
Albert, could your class be... speaker?
Son of a gun. That's funny.
Speaker? What the fuck are they playing,
You can call
D&D?
me presenter instead. That sounds nicer.
Well, presenter doesn't sound half bad. In that case, why don't you present the situation to our audience? Explain what you meant by summoned by the Holy Grail and why we've arrived at Penacony.
Well, the cosmos is full of surprises. Soon after the ripples of the Charmony Festival had calmed, the Trailblazer received a secret invitation from old Odie, head of the Alfalfa family. It turns out that the old Jen is planning a brand new entertainment spectacle called Sweet Dreams and the
Oh, this is the Saber Archer Club.
Sweet Dreams and the Holy Grail War. Sounds like a Holy Grail War is taking place in the Sweet Dream.
That's right, but I have no idea where old Odie got his Holy Grail from. Let me give a brief explanation of everything here. It's said that the Holy Grail is a wish-granting chalice.
For everyone you grill the H3? What?
And the Holy Grail War is a magecraft ritual for obtaining that power. As long as you win in the brutal contest of the Holy Grail War, the Grail can fulfill your wishes.
That daggum Wubba Boot Charmony Festival has only just concluded, and they're putting on a new show already.
Hey, don't forget that Penacony prides itself on being a holiday resort. How are they going to attract tourists if they don't have any events? Besides, didn't the last Charmony Festival have a little accident? I mean, that probably wasn't great for Penacony's image. The family's definitely gonna want to find another opportunity to generate some buzz.
Well, I heard that old Odie hopes to make the Penacony and Holy Grail War into a new show that rivals the Charmony Festival, therefore returning Penacony to the cosmic limelight.
With dreams as the gimmick, the show is sure to attract a lot of money and a lot of dream chasers. I bet old Odie is thinking of the same thing.
This Sweet Dreams and the Holy Grail War program will be conducted in Penacony. The 7 invited participants will summon famous historical figures to fight alongside them as their servants. And the final winner will receive the precious opportunity to make their wish come true.
Chance to make any wish and any miracle come true. Well, that's definitely a nice gimmick. But, as we all know, people die if they're killed. Bullets don't discriminate, so someone gets caught in the crossfire.
Rest assured, everyone, the Sweet Dreams and the Holy Grail War production crew hereby swear that no one's life will be in danger in the dream. Everyone can participate and watch in peace.
All right. Well, since it's you, Owlbird, I'll believe it for now. So, who's participating?
To start off, the owner of the Radiant Feldspar, shareholder of Penacony Superstar, the Soul Glad Festivity, our dear
A Taste of Home?
will be participating.
Oh, so the Trailblazer will be taking part in another adventure.
That's right. In addition,
Oh, I see.
Robin will also be a part of this war.
Well,
It's kind of crazy how much old people are with Vorka, because Jean's mama, I believe the father is there as well, and so is his father, mother.
Will also participate in this Holy Grail War.
Actually, I was just wondering, why is a criminal wanted by the IPC participating in this?
Micah got an invitation too, but he has no time for this. I can't turn a blind eye when someone's in a tight spot, so
Micah?
helping out was the least I could do.
Looks like Mr. Voodoo really has formed deep bonds with folks in Dreamflux Reef.
Well, apart from those we've mentioned, are there any other special participants that we've been looking forward to in this Holy Grail War?
Saber!
Of course! Apart from local Penaconian heroic spirits, 3 very well-known heroic spirits will also arrive by the Grail Summon and participate in this Holy Grail War. They are respectively Saber, Archer, and Lancer.
That's what I'm talking about.
Who?
I wonder which heroic
Where's
spirit
Lancer?
ended up accepting a contract with the Trailblazer.
Now, see? This is how you attract attention. Now we're gonna get tons of views. That's why you pay big bucks to get the big names. As to what stories will unfold in this Sweet Dreams and the Holy Grail War, and who will forge a contract with who, Trailblazers will
Yeah,
have to find out.
Dahlia gave me the same energy as Venti.
That the Honkai Star Rail
Maybe it sounds similar.
Late Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works collaboration Trailblaze Continuance, Sweet Dreams, and the Holy Grail will officially start on July 11th. So keep an eye out for it. Now let's learn more about Saber and Archer, our two heroic spirits from another world.
Oh, yes!
yeah. Saber's dress seems a little different from usual now that she's arrived in Penacony.
Well, this is the planet of festivities after all. You gotta dress up for the occasion.
Exactly right. The King of Night's new outfit was personally designed by Mr. Takashi Takeuchi. It retains her iconic blue and white colors.
And her iconic ahoge.
That's right. It retains the nobility of a king and also emphasizes utility for a warrior. The lines along her shoulders and her cloak are straightforward, while the design of her skirt is quite reminiscent of timeless British fashion. As for how she looks in the game, well...
Does Saber have an English voice actress already? Excalibur?
Well, butter my fudge and call me a biscuit. That Excalibur
Okay,
sure shows her
what does that
strength as
mean?
a king.
Sounds nasty.
Talk about fancy visuals.
And how come the King of Knights is always stuffing her face? Even in Penacony.
Oh, looks like Penaconian food is very much to her liking.
That's right. You can't
Flesh-eating tree that you shouldn't mess
Now,
with.
let's see how the King of Knights performs in battle.
Saber is a wind character following the path of destruction. Saber will gain a certain amount of core resonance when she enters battle. If she uses her technique in the overworld, Saber will obtain combat buffs and also more core resonances.
What is
after
New Valette
entering
doing over
battle.
here?
When she uses her basic attack, she can deal damage to a single enemy.
The King of Knights is cautious as ever in this new world. I see she's still hiding her weapon's appearance and true name.
When she uses her skill, Saber will deal damage to one designated enemy and its adjacent targets. If Saber has enough core resonance at that time, she'll consume core resonance to regenerate massive amounts of energy for herself and increase her skill's damage.
Oh. In other words, you need to accumulate as much core resonance as possible to increase the damage Saber deals.
Exactly.
Are there any other ways to obtain core resonance?
Yes, there are. Whenever any
Oh shit, he's looking at over there, cause these things are peaceful. That's interesting.
Increases her own damage dealt.
Behold,
Cause these things don't attack you.
has dispelled invisible air, barrier of the Wind King around her sword, releasing high-pressure air in the blink of an eye to form Strike Air, Hammer of the Wind King, dealing a devastating blow to the enemy. When using her ultimate, Saber will deal damage to all
He's
enemies
looking at
and
this
turn her
kinda
basic attack into
frolicking.
enhanced basic attack. Her enhanced basic attack can damage all enemies and provide Saber with a certain amount of core resonance. Also, during battle, the sum of Saber's energy and the energy she can regenerate via consuming core resonance exceeds the amount of energy she needs to use her ultimate, Saber will immediately take action.
So if you replenish core resonance in as many ways as possible, you can use Excalibur more frequently.
That's right. Not only does the sword bear the King of Knights past, present, and future, but it also represents the noble ideal that was held in the hearts of the countless soldiers who once followed her in battle. Alright, that concludes Saber's introduction. Now we'll move on to our next otherworldly heroic spirit.
How would Mel's in care for rain? Well, the clothes do get wet. But then again, they swim on the water, where the clothes always get wet.
He put on a new outfit too.
He even changed where his accessories go. Those decorations he had on his chest are now on his shoulders.
What sharp eyes you've got, dear guest. Archer's new outfit was also personally designed by Mr. Takashi Takeuchi.
Motherfucker, you don't want to hear who control the weather.
Red and black look. The sharp contrasts, reminiscent of a blazing fire in the deep night, imbued with a dangerous allure. The combination of the long trench coat with skin-tight...
I thought he was going to be like, yo man, look at my people down there playing in the water. No sense for what they used to be. But nope, he's just here talking about rain and the weather. Yeah, I have no idea the fuck you're talking about. Hey, the weather. I thought you were going to talk about these things.
That's Unlimited Blade Works?
I thought you were going to be like, hey man, look at my fucking people.
After all, Archer is a seasoned veteran of war.
Well, these things don't attack you.
My sword. That sentence sure brings back a lot of memories.
I agree.
Well then, let's take a look at Archer's combat performance in detail.
Okay. Archer is a quantum character following the path of the
Sparkle.
When he uses his basic attack, Archer can deal damage to one designated enemy.
An archer in close combat. That's pretty gutsy, I'll give him that.
That's right. But Archer hasn't exactly slacked off on his marksmanship training since coming to Penacony. When using his skill, Archer will consume 2 skill points to enter the circuit connection state.
Wait a minute, is it that? Oh, no.
While in
I thought for a second I thought it was a C6. Sparkle, cause I saw 8, but no. Archer.
Until he runs out of skill points.
Ability is.
The more times you use his skill consecutively, the more damage Archer deals to enemies. After all, everyone knows that a dual-wielding fighter who
The problem is abilities will sink a target.
When using his ultimate, Archer will recite the classic chant to activate Unlimited Blade Wax, dealing damage to one enemy.
Apart from damaging the enemy, Archer's ultimate also grants him Special Charge. After any of his teammates' attacks, Archer will consume Special Charge to use a follow-up attack against the enemy targets, while also recovering 1 skill point for the team.
Oh, in that case, there's no need to worry about running out of skill points again.
He just couldn't help himself and had to use his favorite twin blades.
When he uses his technique to enter battle, Archer will deal damage to all enemies and obtain Special Charge.
And that's a wrap on Archer's introduction. Now, I have big news for everyone.
Yeah, game for free, cool.
July 11th and until the
But
end
he's
of
not
version
really like
3.6, Trailblazers can log into the game to claim the limited 5-star collab character Archer for free.
Oh,
Nice.
Awesome!
We hope that, under Archer's protection, every adventure that the Trailblazers embark on will cleave open the dark clouds and become a saga sung throughout the cosmos. We also hope that your encounter, or for some of you, a reunion, with the servants across this vast universe will bring you all wonderful memories in the days to come.
Oh, yeah! How about that? The free new limited 5-star character mentioned during the anniversary celebration is finally here as promised.
Actually, there's even more! Later this year, Trailblazers will get another brand new limited 5-star character totally for free!
What?
Awesome!
What's he talking about?
Let's keep our eyes on the present for now. I'm not quite done yet. Besides claiming Archer for free, Trailblazers can also directly obtain a set amount of character enhancement materials for Archer.
Wow, how
Is this we're gonna get another free character?
Yeah, this version's got a lot of characters to level up after all.
All right, now let's check out the banner details. Once the collab starts on July 11th, Trailblazers can use Star Rail special passes in the character collaboration warps Excalibur Excelsior and the Bone of My Sword to obtain the limited 5-star characters Saber and Archer respectively. In the Light Cone collaboration warp, Trailblazers can get the limited 5-star Light Cone, A Thankless Coronation from Birth of a King, and the limited 5-star Light Cone, The Hell Where Ideals Burn from Red Radiance of Fuyuki. In addition, pity counts are shared between the character collaboration warp banners and also separately shared between the Light Cone collaboration banners, but neither carries over to other types of warps.
Oh, okay.
It's worth mentioning here that the character and Light Cone collab banners will stay open long-term after the event starts.
does long-term mean even after versions 3.4 or 3.6 wrap up, you can still pull Saber, Archer, and the limited 5-star Lycones?
Exactly.
What?
These collab banners will run across multiple versions with no fixed end date yet.
Oh, nice!
And here's one more piece of news for you all. Throughout the entire duration of version 3.4, using Star Rail special passes for your warps will bring some special limited time discounts. After the collab event starts,
You have to spend 200 special passes?
of Star Rail special passes.
Well, I'm not getting that.
Limited 5-star light cone, the hell where I
But who's spending 200 shit? Like, we get
All of
200.
version 3.4?
You spend 200.
In other words, after the 3.4 update and before the collab event starts, any Star Rail special passes used in the banners for Finan or other rerun characters will still count toward the total, right?
Why would we pull 200 times?
Oh, yeah!
And now, as the collab kicks off, the voice actors for Saber and Archer have some things they'd like to say to all of us. Let's take a quick break, and then we'll be back to hear their special messages.
これからマスターになる開拓者の皆さん、こんばんは。セーバー役のカスメ役です。
200 pulls is insane, because that means you have to basically lose 50-50s. You can't get lucky. You have to go for the Lycone, and you can't get lucky. Because if you get lucky in both the Lycone and the character, at most you're spending like a 150. Well, that means you can build pity, so that's fine, I guess. But if you get like super lucky, or you already built pity, and you only need to spend a couple pulls, yeah. Then you just have to, I don't know, man. Anyway, I'm not involved in this garbage.
このコラボがたくさんの皆さんに楽しんでい
ただけたら嬉しいです。星々と聖杯が交わる日の中で、あなただけの熱い思いとロマンに出会えますように。それでは最後に、開拓者よ。 But seriously, what are they saying about this whole thing with a non free character?
開拓者の皆さん、こんばんは。フェイトステイナイトでアーチャーを担当しております声優の諏訪部純一です。崩壊スターレイルとフェイトステイナイトアンリミテッドブレードワークスのコラボが開催となります。赤い九兵はあまたの世界を旅してきましたが、どこにで繰り広げられる聖杯戦争は彼にとってこれまでとは全く違う
200 free pulls is insane.
崩壊スターレイルの世界でアーチャーが戦う姿が見られるのが本当に楽しみです。
They're pretty much just saying, yo, go pull for some. Whales are getting this stuff for free.
収録の際にアーチャーの戦闘シーン見せていただいたんですが、アンリミテッドブレードワークスの演出がとってもかっこよかったです。いや、気に入りました。素晴らしかったです。今回のコラボ企画の中でもアーチャーのかっこよさ存分にお楽しみいただけると思いますので、絶対にプレイしてくださいね。これはまたとんでもないマスターに引き当てられたものだ。
Alright! Big thanks to our voice actors for those thoughtful messages. With the Honkai Star Rail and Face Day Night Unlimited Blade Works collab about to launch, we want to take this opportunity on the program to sincerely thank all our partners in this collaboration. We would like to express our sincere gratitude to Mr. Kinoko Nasu and Mr. Takashi Takeuchi for their unwavering support from the earliest planning stages to the final implementation. And thank you to the Animation Production Committee and everyone else involved for all their hard work on this collab.
Y'all are much appreciated.
Honestly, it's only
These collab characters are not for me anyway, so.
You all the ultimate joy.
In order to showcase the Holy Grail War from multiple angles and levels.
Wait, the issue I'm having here, the fucking dices are impossible to get.
Combat-filled program, Fate Stay Night. It was a night with no.
They need to start making these dices easy to get.
Cool breeze of Penacony. The Trailblazer met the red-haired Lancer destined to cross their path. He stepped forward, raising his spear and uttered that iconic line.
The goddess of beauty is the most peerless beauty of them all.
I assume in the JP version, you actually have Lancer and
You got it. After the sweet dreams in the Holy
Saber
Grail tournament,
talking
Genius
to the
Scrum
owl,
made some
the Albert,
modifications to the Holy Grail. Now,
and it's because
they'll load the simulated data of past striders through the user's memories. So in Fate Stay Night, Trailblazers will face off against many familiar and old friends in intense one, V1,
no,
battles. Each contestant starts with unique skills and a set amount of health. Losing a round means losing health. And when your health hits 0, you're out.
Is there
I figured it, because I'm like, there's no way I should fight in the character.
At the start of the game, Trailblazers get some free pieces, each with different classes.
Free
that
pieces?
grant different buffs.
I will like
You
a
can merge identical pieces to
3-piece leg with
rarity,
rice and a
Pieces of
milkshake.
the same class have bonds between them too. Collect enough pieces of the same class, and you activate special bond effects that give you a serious boost in battle.
Looks like bonds are super important in this Holy Grail war.
James Bond.
Absolutely. And that's not all. Trailblazers can also acquire noble phantasms during battle for extra help. Plus, during combat, Trailblazers can have the chance to get 3 command spells. Using these spells,
3 command spells? So this changes nothing. What is this?
Curious, what role is the Trailblazer playing this?
She's training down here?
It's player.
This Grail feels kind of off.
And she's the one tinkering? I thought Ferminator was the tech guy.
You right on the money. Trailblazers can increase the Holy Grail's corruption level to unlock extra buff mechanics. The higher the corruption level,
It's
the more
broken?
points you earn when you win. Heads up, raising corruption level also powers up your enemies. So watch your step, Trailblazers.
Oh, but don't worry too much. After all, this is a reality show competition, and just for entertainment. The organizers of Fate Stay Night have also prepared a special Protected Mode competition. In Protected Mode, Trailblazers can fight using trial characters, and enemy strength
Isn't
is
that
toned
sewage down there?
This way, new
Well, then again, there are pipes around, but
fully enjoy the Holy
I don't know.
Grail war experience.
The water down there is not clean. It's either like runoff water from the rain or
Experience some epic battle action.
And
it's just
score
not clean.
yourself some stellar jades and other awesome rewards.
Now, just a quick reminder, this Honkai Star Rail and Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works collaboration is split into 2 parts. The Trailblazer Continuance, Sweet Dreams and the Holy Grail, and the event, Fate Stay Night. The Fate Stay Night event will open for play on July 11th. The 2 programs stand on their own, so Trailblazers can dive into each separately.
Awesome!
Oh,
So much
yes.
content.
All right. Big thanks again to our 2 guests. That wraps up today's Fate Collab Update.
Presenter, your mission is complete.
Oh, speakers. That's why they call him
It's all
speaker.
part of the job. Anything for the Trailblazers.
Because Lancer Saber.
Trailblazers, my honored masters. Let's meet again in version 3.4.
That's all they name these characters in Fate Stay Night.
Bye-bye.
See you next time, guys.
See you next time.
Bye.
That sounded not synchronized. So that's where the joke came from. Speaker. I get it now. Or could never. Oh man, that one line right there, Saint Tanta's gonna see and be like, "Oh my God, Hoyo is attacking Kuro." So I must triple attack her. Yeah, shit's gotten real. Wow, okay. What is going on here? Okay. What else is there? So basically with Genshin, I kind of just here's the anecdote thing. So I could do the story quest, but I feel like I should just go and do the stuff, you know? It's easy. No, oh, it's not like I didn't know what's gonna happen. So I'm not too excited for anything. And characters, I don't have, so that next patch is pretty much a dead patch for me. Miss it did. Daylight come and me want go home. Go miss a Taliban, carry me banana. Daylight come and me want go home. Every single time I get into this game, I have to wait for something to download. The hell is going on at the OYO or the ZZZ department? Alright, so time to go do some Shiyu defense. Do this triple drop thing and then spend the rest farming for the fire chips. Because you need the fire chips. The fire chips are mandatory. Because what unfortunately happened was I was overconfident with how much ether chips I had for her. What's her name? So I just farmed relics or disc, as they call them in this game. And then I was hit with the realization that Yeah. Wasn't enough. Where is the crit rate? So the game doesn't give you crit rate, I realize. Or there's one crit rate. Basically what I need is crit rate and attack. I should have been more specific. Crit rate and attack is what the fuck I need. Did I say crit rate? I mean, yeah, for the summit set. For the summit set, what I need is crit rate and attack. But unfortunately, that's not what I get. That's garbage. That is garbage. That's super garbage. Attack percent. This is useless. This is useless. And basically, I just need to roll a lot into attack percent. And my ideal artifact for this is crit rate and attack percent. But I do have a piece. What piece am I looking for exactly? Because I do have pieces that matches up to that. I think I have a 1 and a 2 that has a... Actually, I have a 3 as well. I think the 1, 2, and 3. What I need is a impact piece. Where are you, Polker? Sexy cat girl that shows off your ass. Because I have this. Actually, no, I don't have a 1. And this is kind of garbage, but I do have this and I do have this. So what I really need is a better this one and a better this one. But these two are pieces that, let's be real, I don't want to farm that this set. So what I wish though was that you could also convert these things from this menu. No, you can't convert shit. So no. Maybe if it was all into attack, no. Maybe if it was all into attack percent? No. No, 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 no. Maybe it goes all into crit rate? Oh, no. 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 Maybe it goes all into a crit damage? Oh, gosh. I am on some serious copium. That's just a 3-liner. Garbage into garbage into... What is this? More garbage? You would have saw that coming. Not me. I didn't see that coming. Do everyone want better pieces for this? I'm not sure. So I kind of just switched my Miyabi's build to this, where she has 2 into a pen and attack aren't completely useless. Death is useless, and this has pen as well. These are fine, but I don't really know how to build Miyabi. Sometimes you're like, you want 10% instead of ice damage, and then you want attacker 4 piece, and then I don't know, man. It's all over the place nowadays. I got 0 upgrades though, so that's fun. That was exciting, as the kids say. A little too exciting in my opinion, but you know. Well, he teleported me all the way here. That's surprising. So the question now for me is really just about how do I want to spend? Do I want to keep min-maxing? Who do I min-max for? Because let's be real, the characters that are dead, because the best set to min-max is the one that Miyabi and Yishun use, which is the one I currently am. Booty cheeks. Wow, I'm really thinking about this. Yeah, I guess I keep doing what I was doing and just hope it works out. Because I'm not getting any new characters. Or I could try to min-max Jufufu. But I don't even know what Jufufu wants, so... Who knows what Jufufu uses, huh? Because right now I'm thinking Jufufu uses, huh? 2 of the day set. I guess I'll save it. I won't get any more because there is impact. I don't have an impact. Oh, I was about to lose my shit here. I was about to act up a little bit. Because she could be using this. It's not perfect or anything. There she is. Enough attack to build crit damage. But since I don't know what she wants, I'll just save my resources until another time. Once you could figure that out, then we could just throw whatever resources I have into trying to min-max. For now, my main focus will be trying to get as much fire chips as possible so I could max out her things. Where were we? Storage bush. I know there's going to be a triple drop event for that area, for this area that I'm currently grinding, so I don't want to grind too much. Also, you want to save some for the triple drop. I'm not even sure if I have enough. I doubt it. Like, I have enough to level her, but I'm not sure if I have enough to, like, round multiple things, so... Because I know I'm gonna aim for her skill and her ult. Well, I don't know if I'm gonna crown the ult. I know exactly what she wants. I know the skill is something maybe. Or whatever her popcorn thing is, I don't know what it's called. I'd have to watch some guy makers figure it out. I don't have the resources to test myself. So the event. Well, not the event, but I hate when this thing pops up. Like, I literally have all the rewards here. Shiyu. See you or Shiyu, as the kids say. But yeah, this really should not be an issue for me anymore. Kind of a little bit too OP. Oh, I gotta get Jane out of here. Sorry, Jane, time to edit your ass out of this garbage.
Should I use this? This is the path.
Boom. With this one, you wanna go like this. Yes. I'll keep you, and I put Belly in. And I'll go like this. The first half is this, so the second this. Let's go. It's time to duel. Ambient noise. I wonder if that thing matters.
I see it.
Dude, why are you not dead, huh?
No room for mercy. There's no time to lose. Let our souls resonate.
I bet the one that's build I have is actually good. Or if it's only good for when I'm in, huh?
Allow me. Obliterate form and spirit. At decree. Yin and yang. Watch out.
Like, these things are just not attacking.
Cycle of yin and yang. Scatter.
These things are just not attacking me. Ice resistant. I realized Astra and Yishun have the same face.
Obliterate form and spirit. Scatter. She hangs as one. An opening. What a nuisance. Let's make this quick. What a nuisance.
Is this? I doubt it.
Release. Allow me.
Oh shit, I didn't know that.
Yin and yang conflict. An opening. Evil.
Whatever.
Exclusive recipe made just for you!
Allow me.
Obliterate form and spirit.
Obliterate form and spirit. That took a lot longer than I would like to admit. With the amount of investment I have in this account, that was embarrassing.
There's no time to lose.
I hate when you do that, though. Like I timed it so. Oh, she saw it, huh? She saw it, huh? Let's swap back. Let's do the swap back, swap back. Let's do the quick swap back.
There's no time to lose. I'm unstoppable. Scatter! Don't get hit. You asked for it. Cut through chaos. Purging slash.
Purging slash, huh?
Yeah. Catch you in the next life.
Catch you in the next life.
I see it.
Actually, this cleared faster than the previous one. Like the other 4 before was actually harder. Ain't that crazy?
Allow me. Obliterate form and spirit. Release. An opening. Evil shall be purged.
I don't understand how Lucy works. Does Lucy only gives her buff after he runs out?
And the winner is me.
Allow me. Let's make this quick.
The time is right. Break up the heat. Hey!
Cycle of yin and yang.
Cycle of yin and yang. This is the 7th nod. Wait a minute. Was it supposed to be using these guys against this?
Press forward. I see it. This song is dedicated to the world. Shadowless blade. Watch out.
The cold is silent. Victory, the only option.
Another chance. I'll eat everything.
You're done. There's no time to lose. My blade is ready. I see it.
Tough luck. What's this?
You're done.
The pleasure's all yours.
Interesting.
An opening. Cycle of yin and yang. Clarity and impurity cycle. Let's make this quick. What a nuisance. Take that!
Where did that fucker go?
Out of decree.
The time is right. Break up the heat. Hey!
A beautiful shooting star.
Hey, what's going on, Federal?
Reality and illusion.
My God, man.
Sealed.
Yeah. I took forever on this run. What happened? In the last game you were playing was Haste, right? You were hasting to a early demise. Yeah. But yeah, like what's going on, man? This whole time, see, tell me you have not logged into Genshin a single time since the new patch. This morning, and now I'm stuck at university because the trains are on a fucking. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. See, tell me you're able to get there. So what happened? The trains they just went on the strike? That's crazy. I was assuming you're aware of basically I'd assume that the strike started earlier, but it seemed like it might have just started, which is crazy if it did happen like that. Where everything seemed like it was fine in the morning when you got there, or whatever time it was when you got to the university, and then between the time you took the exam and now the trains, the workers decided that now would be the perfect time. Now that Federal needs to go home, they'll go on that strike. That's kind of fucked up. You have to talk to these workers and say, hey fuckers, you know where the fuck I am? I am the guy that... what is it? Almost beat Peglin. There weren't strikes since last night, but at the very least there was a time this morning where the service was guaranteed, so at least I managed to get the exam. I knew about the strike already, but I didn't really have a choice, yeah. It's kind of crazy that they have the exam, but the exams didn't really change because of the strike. You'd think, they would try to accommodate the strike. And say, hey, we know there's a strike. Many of you guys won't be able to get here. We add some leniency to this thing, but... I guess you gotta do what you gotta do. So what's the plan now? Is there another train that's gonna be guaranteed, or is this just like a wrap? This is just free live from now on. Now you gotta tell your mom and dad that you have a change of her address. Man, I still feel... I don't know if I feel sleepy, but my face feels a bit tired. Which makes it difficult for me to speak. But anyway, yes, I did play Genshin last few days. I did both the Arc and Quest. You serious? How is that possible? Oh no, I got desktop audio on. Because the issue I'm having here... Anyway, so what did you think? My mom said, apparently there's a new guarantee service time around 6 p.m. Oh, what time is it now? 3 hours from now? Oh, God. So, I assume the trains are packed. I have to assume that, right? Because it's just only a few trains are operating. You know, the funny thing is, like, a lot of people, because that's the thing that was happening on Reddit, are people like, oh, in Asia, in Europe, unions are different. You're not bullies. They don't try to monopolize the work. And people actually believe that nonsense. Because a lot of the kids on Reddit are from Asia. They don't know what the fuck is going on in the EU. They don't know what the fuck is happening with how a union works. So for a lot of them, they were just lying, making shit up about how union work. And so many people in the Gacha community believe that shit because again, these are not people from EU or... Well, basically, they were just saying that the American unions are a lot worse. This says, second returning traveler. Oh, I need a returning player. That's the thing. You guys aren't returning. That's something I get in this one. I'm like, I thought I would have gotten this one, but it requires a returning player. Yeah, they're bullied, but that's the thing. They're getting bullied by the employer. The only way a union works is to show people that, hey, you can't do this without us. And the only way that happens is everyone is a part of the union. And now whenever scabs show up, like the Kanish voice actor for the train people, guess what's going to happen? They're going to bully the shit out of those scabs. Just like how the voice actors in Genshin tried to do. The only problem for them was that Genshin is largely a weeb game. So there's not really people who know how things work outside of their immediate environment. And a lot of these people are from Asia. So for them, seeing how a union works for the first time was kind of just gave them... And then these are people who are really attached to Genshin, as in they spend either a lot of time and or money into Genshin. So for them, their enjoyment takes priority over any kind of a reason or people's livelihood. But now you get a first-hand look at what a strike is like when it's not the whole game. Because odds are these trained people are gonna just win because you know why? Because they have a monopoly on the workforce. As you could probably tell by the trains not running. So the employer is pretty much in a position now where either they pay these workers a livable wage, or a wage that reflects inflation, or people are just fucked. But I guess this is probably the state's issue. Because unless your trainways are privately owned, which I doubt, so. Well, hopefully that get resolved real soon. I guess this is just the time of strikes, man. There's a bit of difference between not having voice lines in a game that's mostly unvoiced anyways and being a... Yeah, there's a difference. And that's gonna be the situation where... And that's the reason why the Genshin player voice actors were not able to unionize. It's because their work is not required. But yes, the fans are upset, and the fans just like to replace them with anybody else. They don't care. They just want their game voice, but the train ways, and that's kind of the thing. If they try to replace with a train, because they could, anyone could, not anyone, but most people could learn to operate the train and do the whole thing. But that's where you have to be really harsh to scabs. So when somebody like a Kanish voice actor shows up to be like, hey, I'm the new worker here while you guys are striking, they're going to have to be really mean to that person. But it's still for them to get their demand, which is just going to mean overall benefits for them. But odds are, like, because I remember like my example for this situation is something that happens everywhere in life, is that when you're in the line at a KFC and you're buying fried chicken, because that's what KFC sells, and somebody in front of you is taking forever to decide, and you're like, what the hell do you want, man? It's either fried chicken or fried chicken. And then you get up there and then you have your, and then you find your, and then you're judging this person, saying this person's an idiot. What the hell are they doing? They're taking forever to make this fried chicken, to order these fried chicken. And then you get up there at some point in your life and you're like, oh, does this person at my home want any fried chicken? Or, oh, what did I have today? Do I really want 2-piece? Do I really want 3-piece? And then you get up there and then you start having these thoughts that are making you indecisive. But you never reflect back to be like, and give the person before the same courtesy of saying maybe they're thinking about similar things to what I was thinking about. And that's kind of how strikes work. Is that you have these strikers struggling. Odds are they're not making enough money. The cost of living is going up. And yeah, it's inconvenient for you, but for them, if they don't do this right now, they just go home to struggle and they keep struggling every day. And that's kind of what was going on with the union. Like for the Genshin voice actors, there's many factors, because a lot of them do bring up AI, but also healthcare. Because the way SAG and union work is that you're getting your healthcare through the union. But when Genshin doesn't count towards the union, it means that you have to reach a certain amount of money to get these benefits on the side. And they wanted Genshin to go on the side so the money that they earned on Genshin could count towards their union benefits, to get towards the union benefits. So they could get more coverage. And that was part of the reason. I noticed what Charlotte, voice actress, brought up as to why she felt that Genshin becoming unionized was important to her. It's always in a time of strikes, these fuckers go on strike every other week. Yeah. Odds are cost of living is going crazy high, especially now, like even Canada. Like the United States, there's an economic downturn happening right now. Especially because of Trump and tariffs. And its indecisiveness. Like overall, the trajectory was good, but now it's on a downturn. And that's pretty much it, probably affecting the entire world. So things are just gonna keep getting But yeah, so workers are just not making enough money. Lots of workers. So who else went on strike? Which else underpaid? Civil servant is getting in federal's way. Inconvenient in federal. But yeah, at some point we all have to pick a side, either the employer or the employee. And just so happens that the citizens get caught in the middle. That's usually why you want to have some kind of a policy intact in place. Like America is pretty much trying to kill unions. But usually the best thing to do is to have some kind of when you're a union, the best thing to have is a yearly agreement that wages matches inflation. So every time inflation goes up by 2%, maybe your wages go up by like 3%. So at least you have some money left over. Or maybe like 2.1% or something else. That's slightly above inflation. Because the CEOs and the higher people, their wages are going way beyond inflation. You're making a lot more money than what is happening with inflation, whereas the workers aren't. Their wages are not keeping up with inflation. Has it kept up with inflation for decades? The people just pretty much get it tossed aside for profits. So any word on like how what was that the word I'm looking for here? Because what I'm thinking about is if any of these other institutions that went on strike managed to win. I imagine they managed to win because they have a monopoly in the workforce when they strike. So there's no way to train people are losing. Like what do you do in this situation? Get a bunch of new trained people trained, and even if you get them all trained, you won't have them prepared in time to actually replace the strikers. But yeah, life is really just about perspective. And for me, I tend to look at the perspective of the employee more than anything else. Even when I'm being inconvenienced, because I know as a worker, my god, man, what the fuck are these? 84? Do I want to do this? What do I have a form? I guess I do want to do this, but what do I have for? Remembrance? Am I gonna get to know a remembrance character? I know I say Black March, but that's what they call her, the leaks. March is going to be remembrance, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna get her. Whatever. Black March. Black character the whole game. But yeah, I remember, I don't know what exactly the character is gonna be called, but in the leaks they call her Black March. Maybe it's like good Evil March or something. All your games don't have black characters. Not in the entirety of Space, Tevata, or New Eridu, or Honkai Impact. Black people in Hoyo games went extinct a long time ago. Naruto. There's Shinyan. That's not black. Shinyan is not black. Shinyan is a Chinese girl that... how would I describe Shinyan? Shinyan is basically like... what's... it's on display. I don't know if you can see my my screen, or you're just listening to me like a podcast. Good. This is Shinyan. This is Shinyan's real complexion. Shinyan's from Leeway. This ain't the black character. It's just that Hoi also wanted to show the foreman district and made dark-skinned characters that would even allude to them being black. So you're careful. But you see what he just did? You just alluded to Shinyan being black. And that's what Hoi is trying to prevent. By not TV, because this area, there's an area like this in Genshin Impact that should have darker skinned people. Remember what it's called? But that area in the mountains has the fields like this. But that's the farming district. Like that's where Shinyan should be from. And there's people over there should have Shinyan's complexion. If Hoyo wanted to be more geographically correct. And that should have been where Shinyan is from to explain her skin color. That's why she's a bit tanner than the other people from Leeway. But they were like, nah. Shinyan is just from some random place as to why her skin, some random reason as to why her skin is darker than the other 99.9999999% of people from Leeway. But yeah, this is what was happening there. It is weird though that they don't like have any explanation. I don't even think Shinyan's parents look like her. I really don't understand what they were doing with Shinyan as to why she has that complexion. While B from Leeway. I mean, did I put it on display? I did put it on display, right? But you saw my whole rant. But yeah, so that's kind of what I think Hoyo was going for when they made Shinyan. Sparkle. But yeah, so Honkai Star will be having their collaboration character, which is I have to imagine that when they're making their collaboration with Fate Stay Night, the Fate Stay Night people like, hey man, we saw what you did to Aloy in your other game. Please don't do that to our character. Don't turn our character into a massive meme. We beg you. Like, we're really trusting you in this one, Hoyo. I know it's like, yo, we got you, man. We're not gonna... What happened to Blacksmith and Samiro? No, those are like Arab people. Those are Arabians. Well, there are NPCs that are black. I will give you that. And there's Arlen. Arlen is black. I think he's the only... No, there's one other black character in the whole game. Besides him, but he's black. This is Chocolate. There's no... But there's no tan character, oddly enough, in this game. Well, there is one coming out. Archer. It's hard to tell, but I don't think Genshin has any. Genshin doesn't have any black NPCs, no. There's no one in Genshin with this chocolate skin color. Only in this game do you have a. Oddly enough, there's a lot of NPCs with a chocolate skin color, but not, well, only one playable character. And it just so happened that that one playable character is the worst character in the game. Just like Dea. Interesting. And one of the most regretted characters in all of Genshin is Sino. So Sino, Dea have horrible reputations. I don't know. Like, it's hard to tell. Like, I don't know if Hoyo was going for like tan skull. Like, I mean, Dea tan or like were already supposed to be black characters. I don't know, but whatever. So now you're stealing collabs from Ballacats. Wait a minute. Face Day Night was also in Ballacats? They say it is not so. I still don't understand how Face Day Night is collabing with the Honkai Star Rail when they already have their own FGO, Vagrant Order, right? They already have their own game. That's a turn-based game. And it's a gacha, so why are you lending out your characters to other gacha games? Your competitors, to be more exact. And there won't be any English voice actor for... Did I already do my Star Rail? I think I did my WoA. Ah, man. So I did WoA. I guess I go back to Genshin. I did, in fact, there is an event going on. What is this? Take part in something. I saw something about Intertwined Fates. Odds are this for the live stream, isn't it? Swing your sword 3 million times and you get gems on them. Oh, you quote this and they give you 10 pulls. Cute. We literally have Saber and Ballacats. She used to be pretty OP when she came out. Now she's just okay. Oh no. Power creep is real. And here I thought Ballacats was different. But you just like all the other rest of gacha games. You just power creep the characters. Skirka? So you try to pull for Skirka or what? I don't know. I have a C2 Ayaka, so I'm just like, you know what? I can't just replace my Ayaka for Skirka. Why would that make me? I'll be no different than, oh my god, look at the jiggles. Boobies. I've not watched a single thing. The PV for Skirka. Ah, sheer to obtain. Oh god, man. Sheer, come on. Copy Lanka. Please claim. Cuta. Cancel. Downloader. Please claim your awards in-game. I will. Nah, I'm saving for Tsuritsa and C2 Sit Lolly. Oh no, you're a meta slave. You're what the hell? What am I supposed to get invite? Oh no, what is this? Like I can't get any of this. Like this is just nonsense. Invite friend support. So man. I'm gonna need your help, Federal. I know what I want people to keep inviting people. Come on, man. I need 2 people. I can't get 2 people. Whatever. If guess it for Hyperbloom team is being messy, then sure I'm a meta slave. Oh man, you still with the meta? Come on. It is. Huh? So who would I toss if I had a? If I was able to find 2 friends. This ain't fun, by the way. View leaderboards, huh? Agree. You guys could take up, but the thing is you're getting damage. Anytime you get damage, you're a meta slave. How do I share? Come on, game. Just tell me how do I share. You share here. I'll go to Reddit. Please give me rewards in game. Cute. Did I get all the rewards? Is that it? No. Invite 2 friends. What is it? Oh, you get the whale. And you get a skirk wallpaper. Oh. Yeah, I'm gonna want that. And you know what? C1 maybe. Even C2 Veresa will be my 3rd priority. So strange, man. Like, you want more damage. Like, anytime you want more damage, you're a meta slave, in my opinion. What is this? What do I move? Every time I move stuff, I hate that you could accidentally click something and I move it. Win up to 60 Primogems. Where were we? I was trying to go back to Genshin Impact to figure out because there's Woo. I'm just going through the motions. I'm just flowing. I'm just taking it day by day. Because Woo had an update. ZZZ had an update, but I pretty much did most of ZZ stuff off stream. And you know what? To C1 or maybe C2 even Veresa. Like, odds are, like, for you, I would have saved. But what did you say? You want Hyperbloom, right? Because there's a new character coming out. I don't know if you're into robots, but the Genshin is about to surprise you. Let's just say the next character coming after Skirka is very Mr. Roboto. She's all about the electric charge. So if you want the electric charger to be a thing, electric charge. Ew, what? You over here standing the most meta reaction Hyper Bloom? You are a meta slave, aren't you? You got taste of power and now you want to. Now you can't let it go. Like a real non-meta slave would have been like, oh, electric charge, huh? That's something new and fresh. That has not been meta since 1.0. Let me engage with this forgotten reaction. Because remember you were shilling burning before, which is in the same state as electric charge. But all of a sudden, because you got a taste of Hyper Bloom, you're like, you know what? I want more Hyper Bloom. Clarity and this for various Hyper Carrier, or can I use Kazuo or something? Honestly, like Verace's most meta team is Veresa, Shavrisa, Ian Sanda, and Mavika, or Shangling. That's pretty much it. So no, Shanyon is not required by any means. But let's double check. Let's see what the most meta or what the player's go-to is. Where is the game called? The game is called Genshin Impact. And then it's called The Abyss. One thing. Where would I find this? Abyss something. What's the word I'm looking for here? Usage. The word I'm looking for is usage. And this is over the past 3 days. Interesting. And then we go to this here, then we go to this here, then we look for the most meta teams. And we see Aika, Ice. Raiden is still here. Crazy. Here it is, Veresa. The first Veresa team you see has no Shanyon. Shanyon doesn't register with Veresa. The character you're looking for is Ian Sen and Charisse. And if you have them C6, even better. That's what the players want. Veresa is 18 and 14, so where's Shanyon? Where is Shanyon? There she is. So 4% of players are using Shanyon. Man, she did not age well. She's still fine as fuck, but still. People aren't big fan of Shanyons. They much rather use Chevries. Or and Ian Sen versus Shanyon. The more you know. Can't say you didn't learn anything in the stream. But if I want Overload, I can just use Yoimiya. While Veresa is a better Overload character, and Ian San is a character that cannot be used with a character that cannot be used with Yoimiya. But yes, what is going on, man? Like you keep you don't know why you're so obsessed with Hyper Bloom. You over here getting these other underutilized reactions, and you're like, nope, I want Hyper Bloom. The most meta casual reaction there is. Like recently in Jamaica, did a KFC 2-for-1 deal that pretty much exploded. A lot of people showed up at KFC and was like, yo man, I want my KFC. It says all over the Jamaica news. Because Hyper Bloom is fun. What is it? It's not fun. Like, there's nothing about Hyper Bloom that's fun. Hyper Bloom is just a generica.